Okay, hi guys. Today I'm going to be doing a video about my nose piercing, and you're probably wondering, when I got this nose piercing, because if you watch my other videos, you'd know that I didn't have a nose piercing. Yeah, so I got it done on Tuesday, just gone, and today's Friday. So it's been about what? Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days? Yeah, 3 days. Since I've had it done. Yeah, and this is it. Just there, obviously. And it looks a bit like a spot at the moment because I didn't want to get like a crystal, like a diamond or anything like that. No offense to people who do have the diamonds, but I just wanted like a stud. I didn't want the ball, I just wanted something flat. So that's what I got. And I have to keep it in for about 12 weeks because apparently you have to leave it in for like 8. But I want to change it to a ring, which my piercer said he'd do for me. But he said I'd advise to leave it in for about 12 weeks just in case, so that's what I'm going to do. And so far it's been going fine. I mean, I haven't really had any problems, touch wood. First time, like the first day that I cleaned it when I had it done, it was a little bit tender, but no big issues to be honest. So I'm just going to go through a few questions that I've seen other beauty gurus do on YouTube about the nose piercing. So yeah. And the first one was probably how much did it cost? And it actually cost me £20, and obviously because I live in the UK, that's in pounds, so I don't know what that would convert to US dollars. Probably around $40 it probably would be, I don't know. Sorry if I got that totally wrong. So yeah, £20 it cost me, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad. But yeah, I got it done from somewhere that was really clean, and that I knew was going to do a good job, so I was fine paying £20. It was £20 for this stud, a silver ball or a clear ball, or it was £25 for any of the coloured diamonds. So yeah, I didn't want a diamond, so I just got this. Yeah. Next one's probably did it hurt, and I've seen a lot of people on YouTube saying it really hurt or it didn't hurt at all, and I don't agree with the it didn't hurt at all. It did hurt, it's worth it. I'm not trying to put you off in any way, but it did hurt. Not like unbearable pain, it was sort of a bit of a, ooh, like a shock pain, like, oh, whoa. Your body sort of went a bit like, ooh, for when the needle went through, so you did know when the needle was going through because it kind of sent a shiver up your spine. So I went in there, lay on the bed, he asked me what side I wanted it on, so you just make sure you tell them, if you want it on this side, make sure you tell them, because they could end up doing this side and you're like, I didn't want that side. But yeah, luckily he asked me I wanted it on this side. I don't know why, I mean, my fringe sort of comes this side, so I thought if I had it on this side, I don't know. My friends just said it would probably look better on that side, so yeah, so which is my left side, if you're wondering. Probably different when I'm videoing, but this is my left side. So I lay on the bed and he got a marker and put the dot where I wanted it. I did say before I got it done, I said, can you pierce it so I could have a ring in once it's fully healed? So he did actually put it a little bit lower down, so I could wear a ring. So I don't know if you want a ring, if you want to be able to wear a ring quite a lot, which I do, I'd probably advise telling your piercer that, and they would probably pierce it a little bit lower down so you can actually wear a ring. So yeah. So he did that, lay on the bed, marked the spot, showed me in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Then I don't actually know what he did. It was like a big blur. I think he just went to pierce it then. I think he must have put a clamp on it or something like that and put the needle through. Yeah, so it hurt when he put the needle through. Like I said, I was a bit like, oh, shaking up. But then I was a bit like, oh, what's next? Because I didn't know what to expect. And he just said, that's the worst part over. And after that, it just felt really strange, like pulling the needle back through and leaving the piercing in. It felt really strange. And then it felt like I had something really weird on my face. And I was just there like, oh. And I could always see the piercing in the corner of my eye because obviously it was something I had never had on my nose before. I was like, oh, I can see it in my corner of my eye, like this little dot. But now now I can't really see it. I'm sort of used to it now. It has been like 3 days. So I went shopping after that with my friends. My friends came with me. It was like at lunch in college. My parents were totally fine with it. So we went shopping after that, and it did feel weird on my face, like all the cold breeze was going around my nose, and it felt really weird. And you do get a few, like, not sharp pains, but a few pains, like throbbing pains in your nose for about an hour, and I did have that. Like coming inside and outside, I had these throbbing pains. I was like, oh, like my nose would tense up a little bit. But when I got home, it was absolutely fine. I went to sleep, and in the morning I had like a bloody crust around my nose, outside and inside, and it was kind of bad. I don't know if that's because it has been bleeding overnight, because I've been lying down and I must have knocked it, or I don't know. But I had this crust, so I just got a earbud thing and some sea salt water, which I'll go into that in a bit. And I just wiped around the crust, take it off, and inside as well. And that had gone. Then when I was going to college, my nose started bleeding. So I must have been, you know, I don't know if I should have took the crust off or not. But it started bleeding quite a lot. So I had a tissue on all day. And it was kind of annoying because in college it was bleeding, and then the crust would come off, and then it was bleeding again, and it was just like, ah. So I just left it. I just left it with the crust on. I was like, I know it looks disgusting, but I have to do that. So yeah, I had a few people like going, ew, your nose, is it okay? Is your nose okay? Ew, what is that? And I'm like, yeah, I've just had my nose pierced. I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to get it infected. And I totally advise you to do the same thing. Like, just don't peel the scab off. Just leave it. Like, for the first couple of days, you'll have a scab on your nose where it's trying to heal itself. Leave it. You can touch it. I'd probably advise not to, without, especially, make sure you use clean hands if you do. But yeah, this video is getting really long. So yeah, just make sure you don't peel the scab off. It will come off eventually, it'll come off itself, and once it does come crusty enough, it will just flake off, so just leave it. So my cleaning routine, I just use sea salt, salt, and it's just like this, and it looks like, you can use this on food as well. It needs to be sea salt, it can't just be like table salt. So it's Saxa sea salt, I don't know, we just had it in the cupboard. And I use this sort of container, which is like a small dish, and I fill it up with 1.5 teaspoons of salt, which might be quite a lot for some people, but it works for me. And I fill that up with boiling water, and it'll cool quickly. So the salt dissolves. Don't use cold water or warm water. I'd use boiling water, so it sanitizes it and makes it clean. And then literally just get your tissue or an earbud and just wipe around the nose piercing outside and inside. And then after first couple of days of doing it, you'll be able to clean around the outside, in the inside, push the piercing up a little bit, and you'll see it raise, and then you can clean around there. I wouldn't advise doing it in the first few days of having it done because it will sting and you don't really want to be touching it, but after a few days, after about 3 days, you can lift your piercing up, clean around the outside, inside, and then that's fine. And if you want to make sure it's really clean like I do, I'll get the salt water as well after you've done all that rubbing around the nose, and dip your nose in the water. This looks so strange. Dip your nose in the salt water, and you have to tip it a little bit, make sure it does get around the nose. It's quite difficult to do because it does spill, so I would make sure you didn't have any makeup on because you don't want to mess your makeup up, obviously. So just leave that for about half a minute, take it out, do it again, do about 3 times, so half a minute each time. Then you'll feel like it's totally clean, and I do that morning and night. So I've got all the crust off in the morning if I have any, and at night if there's anything building up on my nose, you know, clean all your makeup off, careful, you don't get it right in the nose, and then do that. So a few things before I go, which my personal do's and don'ts. My don'ts are, don't put any makeup around your nose. Like, you can wear makeup on your nose. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I haven't got any makeup around this part of my nose. You can see it's a little bit redder. That's just because I have red skin, really. Yeah, just don't put any makeup around this area of the nose for about 2 weeks. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, really, is it? It's not like you've not put makeup on your face at all. Don't spray like any stuff on your face. Like if you have MAC Fix Plus like I do, which you spray on your face and it keeps your makeup on, don't use that because it will go inside your piercing and it will irritate it so bad, so just don't use that at all. Hairsprays, be careful with your hairsprays. Make sure you put it, you might even want to cover your nose when you're doing it. I mean, you could probably do that with your Fix Plus, to be honest. Just cover your nose when you're spraying it. Hairspray as well, be careful with hairspray because that's alcohol in it and it can irritate it really badly and get it all sticky and minging, so you don't want that. When you're washing your face, I'd advise using a flannel and being really careful rubbing around your face with the flannel. You don't want to go too close to your nose because you could tug it and pull it and it'd really hurt. I haven't had that yet, hopefully, it's touch wood. So yeah, just be careful when you're washing your face and patting it dry. Be totally careful as well because a little tiny little snag can come off it and just pull your piercing out and it probably really hurt. So be careful with that. Swimming, I don't think you're meant to be going, I don't think you should be going swimming when you have your piercing. We live in the UK, so it's bloody freezing, so it's not really a problem to me. I don't go swimming. But if you live in America or somewhere hot, I'd probably advise not going swimming for about a month. I don't know, that's just what I've been told. What else? I really don't know. Weeks. So if you have any more questions, put them down below, and in 2 weeks I'll come back and do another video and I'll answer all your questions. So thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.